What's up, guys? It's Connor here from Just Add Water, and today we have a fun little project going on. So the project we're working on today is going to be a tear out redo, but we are going to turn it from a small little pond with a tiny little stream that hasn't worked in years. That's the reason we're doing this. This feature hasn't done what it's supposed to do, and who knows how long. It's been leaking. There's issues with plumbing, there's issues with whatever not, and we're going to give it a little bit of a revamp. So it's going to be a fun little one-day project. Here we go. So here's the feature that we're going to be working at today, guys. This is the old pond. That's a little bit of a stream right there, and we're going to give this all a whole new beautiful little makeover. So we're going to start by ripping everything out of here. We're going to try as little as we can to touch these plants, but you know what? This plant and that plant might get popped just so we can do a little bit more dirt work. We're going to try to save as much of this phlox over here as we can because it looks beautiful. It's going to grow in fantastic, but if we take a little bit of it out, it's not going to be the end of the world. But yeah, this is where we're working at. So first things first, we're going to rip all this out, get down to just pretty much the bare bones of this. Then the nice part about this, when transforming this from a pond to a pondless, is we got to put a basin in. To do a basin, you got to dig a hole. Our hole's pretty much dug for us already. So now we're going to go about reworking the dirt down here to make sure we can fit our 5 small aqua blocks along with our pump vault and everything like that. And then we're going to redo the dirt work back up in there. We're going to come in and we're going to rebuild this stream the way we like to rebuild streams. Little nifty project we're about ready to do. We got this wonderful deck above us to provide us with beautiful shade. It's going to get a bit sunny today. Nothing that we can't handle, but a little fun little feature, a little backyard project. Let's get after it, guys. We're going to have a great day. We're still here. We're working. Look at that. It's almost gone though. It's actually right there. Got our rocks pulled out. Working on getting the liner untangled from the root mass from that tree right there. So once that liner's out, it's time to reshape that hole, put our blocks in, and then we can start the rebuild process. Alright, so as you can see, we got our feature completely ripped out. We got our basin hole pretty much dug. Kane is currently working on digging down the section for us to put our pump vault in. And once that's done, we'll test fit everything one last time, put in our fabric, our liner, and our fabric, throw our blocks in, get our basin nice and compacted around the edges, and then we can start working on that stream section up in that little area right there. While the boys have been doing that, I've been working a little bit on this first waterfall we're going to build, because as soon as we get this first waterfall built, that's usually once everything starts going pretty smooth and pretty fast. Here's what we're looking at. So we got our shoulder on the right, our shoulder on the left, and our spillway stone in the middle. We're going to sort of reposition a bit to try to get a little bit more off of this side before it hits that crash. But the idea behind this waterfall is we're going to have that nice sheet right there, and then we're going to get water to kick off this side. We might get a little bit of a roller down there when the pump's turned all the way up. But for the time being, this is sort of what that first fall is going to look like coming down into our basin. Looking back at our little area down here, it's going to be pretty much aimed directly at this little swing and this back door and this little grouping of windows, but it's going to have a real good look, nice clean sheet with a little bit of a kick off of it coming down into this little viewing area. Should have a good look to it. So let's pitter patter and get at her, boys. Hey, we're making progress. So we're back over there. We got our basin getting put in. We got our liner, fabric, and blocks and vault and all that stuff installed. You can probably not see it the best because of the shade, but yeah, look at that. That's the start of a basin. So we're back filling those edges, making sure you lock all those blocks in nice and tight so they're not going to shift, they're not going to move and everything. And then once that's done, we can start building our stream. So once they get that all backfilled and everything, we'll work on our grade work right up there in that little area. So then it's going to be sitting the way we want it to once we get this here first waterfall installed. So we're going to work on that grade work, get that first waterfall installed, build our basin, get everything graveled in, rocked in, have some fun with it. We'll be bringing a little bit of soil from up top down here to finish it off a bit. We got a little bit of rock work in front of that tree to pretty it up a little bit, and a little bit of stuff here, a little bit of stuff there, and we're gonna have ourselves a pretty awesome feature by the end of the day. So let's go. Alrighty guys, so we are making some progress out here at this pond tear out, pondless transformation out here in, I think we're in Pleasant Hill actually. Don't think I've told you guys that yet, but we're out here in Pleasant Hill. Cindy's just eating his protein. And this is what it's looking like behind us so far. So we got our first waterfall built, our second waterfall built, and getting ready to go in and dive into that third waterfall. So then that's going to be our last one. But right now we're getting ready to put a little bit of fabric down in the basin just to create a little bit of a stream off that bottom waterfall. We're not going to do anything too great with that or too excessive, just because we don't want to run into any issues with damming or anything like that could potentially cause a leak. So we're just going to put a little bit of a strip in there just to sort of help that water pool at the bottom. But then there's going to be a ton of spots for that water to drain around the edge of the rock. That's the basin right now. We got our main waterfall right there. We have a little pinch fall right there. It might come around that other side. I don't think it's going to, but you never know what's going to happen. But so for now, this is our basin. We got our waterfall coming off. We're going to wrap it down and around, and then it's going to start disappearing right in this area right before you get to this little sort of platform viewing stone that we're putting in. So we're going to put all of our fabric sort of in this area, leaving a couple inches between the fabric and the rocks so it can make its way down here but still have plenty of space to drain back down into that basin, so that we don't deal with that damming like I was just talking about. We're going to get that set down in, then we can start graveling in this basin. We can get our plumbing line ran. It's going to cut out outside the liner right about here, work its way up and tie back into our box once we get this next waterfall built up top. So that's where we're at right now, making some good progress. It's moving along smooth. The rocks are doing what we want them to. And yeah, so we're going to keep at it, and then by the end of the day, we should have something finished for you guys, and let's check it out then. We're coming close, guys. We got our stream pretty much built. We're doing some dirt work and edge work and stuff over there where we know we're probably going to be plenty high for liner, just because it's going to start having to get to the point where I need the guys to build this wall. And to do that, we got to get this whole edge filled in with dirt. So we got a top waterfall built up there, middle waterfall there, main waterfall right here. So we're going to have a nice sheet up there with some kickers. Down here, we're going to have a nice crash come through here that'll create a lot of noise for the homeowner. And then this bottom waterfall, we should have a nice looking sheet on this side with a little bit of a kick coming off there. We might get a little bit of a roll off this left shoulder. We're not quite sure yet. Once we turn it on and foam things up, we'll know that for sure. So now we're going to go about getting everything foamed, get all this grade work and dirt work packed in there so then we don't have any water loss on our edges. And once that happens, we can go ahead and fire this puppy up once our foam's dry and see what this thing looks like. So alrighty guys, as you can maybe see, the shade might make it hard, but there is some water on those rocks. So we got this system turned on already and we were checking it out. We got our edges right here cut and tuck and everything like that. There's a little bit more of edge work to do up in that little section. We ran into a bit of an issue, but a little bit of soil and a little bit of liner work, and that's going to be solved. So right now we are working on the cleanup portion of this. We got to clean up all those boulders. We got to lay some mulch down. We got to sweep up this patio. But we're getting dang near close to being finished up here at this pond tear out, pondless redo install, whatever you want to call it. So stick around here shortly. Once we get this mulched, we're going to show you the final product, guys. I hear water running. We are all wrapped up here in Pleasant Hill, guys, with this pond tear out conversion into a pondless. I really like the result of this. It turned out pretty spiffy. This feature is a great example of you do not need a ton of space to incorporate water into your landscape. It really sets this area up. It has a great little sort of vibe going on with it now that you got this water here, nice and tranquil. I'll flip you around, quit talking, and show you guys what it looks like. That's something nifty, ain't it? Just like that, guys, a nice little 9 hours of hard work today, and we transformed this pond into a beautiful, brand new pondless. Homeowners moved into this place about 15 plus years ago. There is a feature here when they got here. And you move into a place and there's a feature already there, that's not your water feature, that's the old people's water feature. They decided that after 15 years of looking at it, it was time to renovate. And after today, they now can say that they have their very own Aquascape water feature in their backyard, built for them by Just Add Water. That's us, guys. This was a fun build. Let us know what you guys think of it down below in the comments. You guys have a great afternoon, great morning, great evening, great weekend, great rest of your week, whatever time you're watching. We'll catch you later, guys. Have a good one.